Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of F1 2020 Career Mode here on my channel. And to start with today, we're going to add in our usual activities for the week ahead of the race weekend, as we do normally do. This weekend is my home Grand Prix. We do have the British Grand Prix this weekend. We're going to do a few upgrades to the chassis department, just to make sure that we can develop the chassis a little bit quicker. In the next few races, I am going to be focusing on the durability department of our team, because we're already on our third engine in this career mode. We're already on our third engine power unit. Bear in mind, we only have 3 for the whole season. So we do not have a lot, and we're already getting through them. There's still quite a few races left to go, so I don't want to get many grid penalties. And the way to avoid this is by upgrading the durability department. So we're going to be focused on that. As you can also see right now, I'm also changing up the livery slightly for our home Grand Prix weekend. Now, I wasn't too sure on what kind of livery I was going to go for. At first, I wanted to think of a blue, but then we're actually going to change it to a red and white combo. So it's just going to be red on the bits that I've already done, and the green parts are going to turn to white, which you will see in a second. I feel like this livery the red and the white sort of match together quite well, as you can see now. It's sort of, as I'm driving the car, because I have the red halo, it makes me feel like I'm sort of in a bit of a Ferrari. But because we have the white as well, it does look different, completely different to the Ferrari. So this is going to be our home Grand Prix livery. If I like it, and if you guys like it, we may even keep this livery for the rest of the season. But for now, we're going to leave our team colours the same. We're going to leave our team badge the same, just because it is a one-off livery. But if you guys do like the livery, then I might keep it for the next race in Hungary. But yeah, as you can see, as I scroll past the vehicle section now, I am already on my third power unit. I have renewed my teammate's contract for another 150 days. That should take us to the end of the season. So I don't have to worry about money on that front of paying him for his contract. So I can develop the durability department is what I need to focus on now, so we can get those upgrades nice and quickly going into the new season. I don't think there's any regulation changes at the end of season 1. I believe they're at the end of season 2. So we should be able to upgrade this durability department a little bit quicker than what we have done in previous, in F1 2019 when I did my career mode. Durability department was something I didn't focus on, and in this game it's quite important, because again, I do not want grid penalties like I had in France, which really badly affected our race, where we struggled to get points in the end. We did get a point, but we struggled because we started last. Anyway, now, as you can see, we are going to be able to attract a new sponsor to the team. I did think about this one a little bit, and I decided to go for the DSB Optics sponsor, because it's only achieved a top 10 finish, which I feel like we're doing a little bit more frequently now, and it will help us to get a bit more money to invest in our facilities, just a little bit more. We are also going to change my helmet design here. We're going to leave the suit the same for now, and that may change in the next few races. But we are going to change the helmet design very slightly. We're just going to make the green into red for our home Grand Prix weekend. Just because I feel like it needs to match the livery a little bit. It does look a little bit strange with the green, with the green and white logo, but that is still our badge. It's still our logo. That might change in the next few races, as I said before. But we're just going to add the sponsors to the car. Add the brand new sponsor to our car. We've got to change a few of the sponsor colours. As you can see here, I do have a sponsor selected, but you can't even see the sponsor because it's a white writing sponsor on a white sideboard, so you would never be able to see it really. So hopefully we can see it now. I'm just going to change all these colours so you can actually see what they are. So yeah, very interesting this season. It's been quite a good season. Thank you guys all for the support on the channel so far. We are at 50 subscribers at the time of me filming this video. Compared to when it releases, I don't know, we might be on more, we might be on less, but the support has been amazing. I've been doing this for 1 week so far, and we're already on 50 subscribers, which is insane to me. So hopefully by the end of January, I would like to get 100 subscribers, and we'll see if we can achieve that at all, which would be great. Now we're going to head into qualifying. So as you can see, we do have a wet qualifying. It's on intermediates. I'm not too bad on the intermediate tyre. It's not, again, it's something I do need to improve my pace at, but compared to the full wets, I am quicker on the inters. Tell me, guys, if you do like the livery with being all red around the part that you can see when I'm driving. So yeah, we're going to ride on board here for my first lap. Just going to see what kind of lap that we can post. for me, I do need to try and drive in time trial in the wet a bit more just to get used to the grip, because I've had quite a few races this season which actually have been wet. So, and I need to improve that slightly just to make sure I can go as fast as I can in these wet conditions and actually make the most of it, because the AI in comparison to other people aren't that quick. If you go check out Josh's channel, some of the races that he has done in the wet on his career mode, he has absolutely blitzed the AI, because he is rapid in the wet and I'm very slow. So I'm not actually expecting me to get out of Q2 this weekend. I don't expect myself to be in Q3. I expect myself to be in Q2, considering how quick we have been recently. Q2 is something that I almost expect from myself now every single race weekend that we have. So far, this is a clean lap. I don't feel like it's a very fast lap. It's just a lap that we can get down so we can compare it. We have a delta time to compare it to. Yeah, as you can see, I'm very cautious on the throttle. We lose the rear end there, catch it. So there's about a second or so lost so far in this lap time, which is not brilliant, I will admit. So we're just gonna finish this lap, get a delta time in, so we can have something to compare it to on our following laps. But again, British Grand Prix, what could I expect? Anything less than rain? It doesn't actually normally rain at this track, but yeah, it has decided to this race weekend, and also the race is completely wet. It's full wet with lightning conditions, according to my race engineer. We do go 1.7 seconds faster on that previous lap. Then we go 6/10 quicker on the next lap, so we qualify in P16. And in the end, we qualify P18. So I did cut out a lot of qualifying there, but we did not make it out of Q1. Anyway, we're going to go to the race, full wet conditions, 5 red lights. And away we go. Not a bad start off the line. We bogged down a little bit so we can go up the gears a little bit quicker. We're still P18. Bear in mind, we started P18 as well. See if we can get a good entry into this corner. Hopefully not spin out. Still P18. We've got Raikkonen around that outside. Raikkonen on our inside. We can go up the inside. Maybe Giovinazzi. We can. As you can see, the conditions are very poor. Visibility itself is not very good. We're still trying to battle with Antonio Giovinazzi, trying to go around the outside of him here, but he gets more grip. And this is what I need to learn, because look how much time that I've lost to Antonio Giovinazzi, because I'm too cautious on the throttle, which means Kevin Magnussen's maybe going to do a move on us down the inside into this next corner. We'll see what Kevin tries to do. He does try to go down the inside slightly. He is still on my inside. He is gone now. But we're in P17. We have made up one position from our start, which isn't brilliant, but I will take it. I believe Luca Giotto is in last. So not a good race weekend on our home Grand Prix. A for our team, B for ourselves. We get a double overtaken by the Alpha and by Kevin Magnussen. Maybe even 3 people are going to overtake us. Our teammate George Russell. We have gone from P17 down to P20 in the space of 2 corners. The rain is absolutely chucking it down here in Britain. And I have my teammate behind me, which, as I've said before, if I have my teammate behind me when I'm actually racing against him, we know something's gone wrong. Because I've been quicker than him all season, but this race weekend, it doesn't seem like it so far. We have to be very cautious on the throttle here, just to make sure we get a good exit. We are now stuck behind George Russell. Again, we've got to try and see what we can do. Very slow opening lap on my behalf. Not the best lap, I'll be honest. But I thought I'd show you guys me racing in the wet. I gotta be honest, I'm not quick in the wet whatsoever. Something that I do need to improve at drastically. In the dries, I feel like I've got a lot of grip in the car. I've got a lot of trust in the car. But I feel like, A, with the car I have, and B, with my general ability to drive, I don't feel like I've got a lot of trust in my car. So I try and put the slightest bit of throttle down, and the car just goes completely spinning. So, yeah, basically, we've got to try and make the most of a bad situation. Our engine is also worn as well. And maybe, possibly, Luca may even try and overtake me on the inside here. We have a little bit of speed, so I don't think he's going to try anything. We do lock up the left front very slightly there. Again, Russell and Raikkonen just slowly pulling away from us. That wasn't a bad exit that time. I mean, we lost a little bit of time. It was a cleaner exit than what we have done before. Just going to try and get a nice exit through this corner. Nice and gentle on the throttle. We run a little bit wide in that corner. Again, trying to keep everything nice and clean. And go down to gear 5. I'm not going to go down to gear 4. Don't let the rear end spin out on us. We do gain a little bit of time on George through that section. Now the good thing in the way is you don't eat up a lot of your ERS battery health, or your battery. So it's something I do have at my disposal. But obviously in the wet you don't want to deploy your ERS and your overtake button too much, because the car will go spinning. We skip to lap 5 and we have a safety car. I don't know what for. Maybe one of the front runners have crashed. But we do have a safety car. I have to watch out for my delta time here. Do not want to exceed that and get a penalty. We're going to go to the end now. The safety car has gone in on this lap, exactly lap 9, and you can just see the start that I got compared to George Russell was awful. George Russell is now 2.5 seconds in front of us. We've got our teammate only a second behind. This race is not going to plan, unfortunately. We have Russell up in 18th. We are in P19. At the moment, we are looking on for our worst result of the season. I think our worst result so far has been a P11 or a P12. I don't think they're going to get anywhere near happening this race weekend. Unfortunately, we've only got 3 laps left to go. And this has not been a very successful home Grand Prix for me, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting it to be this unsuccessful, I will be honest. I really wasn't expecting me to struggle as much as I have done this race weekend. Yeah, I kind of shocked myself with how slow I was in the wets. I knew I'd be slow, but I didn't realize I'd be this slow. Because our car should be about P16, P15. So I'm below our car performance. Which means it is just me. We are now going to skip to the end of lap 12. We're going to come on to start our last lap here. We got the gap down to 1.4 over Russell comparison to lap 9. So in 4 laps we've gained about a second on him, but it's not brilliant. Again, the rear end snaps out on us and we spin. I thought I'd show you that, guys. I thought I'd show you the little flashback, but yeah, that's how difficult it is in the wet. I put slightly too much power on the throttle. Now I go really cautious into this corner. See, we lose like 3/10 of a second in that corner alone, just because I was being so cautious. And again, the rear end steps out on us. I think at this point I sort of admitted to myself I wasn't going to catch George on this lap. I short shifted up to gear 3 to get to reduce the revs on the car. At this point, I just want to get the car home. I want to finish the race. I want to get this race done and move on to the next Grand Prix, I think. You know, our teammate Luca Giotto's had a terrible race himself. He's in P20. We're down in P19. It's not been a successful home Grand Prix. We had the new livery. We thought it'd make a difference, but at the moment it hasn't made any difference whatsoever. We're going to see if we can maybe try and catch up to George, but I doubt it. We're 1.3 seconds down with half a lap to go, so it's almost going to be impossible to catch George. I think we can run wide again. And now we're going to skip to the end of the last lap. We get within a second of George Russell, but it is not enough, and we do finish the race in P19. So, not a good home Grand Prix by any means. Kimi Raikkonen got driver of the day. I'm sorry for that race, guys. I thought I'd show you it. Happens. Formula 1's one of those sports where you can't have a good race weekend every race weekend. It's just not possible. But anyway, we finished the race. We do come out home in P19. Not a good race result for us. But we move on, and we're going to try and focus on upgrading this car, upgrading the durability department to make sure we don't get any grid penalties towards the end of the season. I believe we are still P4 in the Constructors' Championship. You know, it's something that we are still P4 in the Constructors, which is something we can take a positive note of. We are ahead of Racing Point, but we are going to be fighting against them pretty much for the remainder of the season, I believe. You know, I think if we can finish P4, it's a lot of money that we can put into getting a good second driver and also upgrading our facilities for Season 2. As I said before, I don't think there are any regulation changes between Season 1 and 2. I believe it's between Season 2 and 3 when they kick off. So I have the winter break of Season 1 to upgrade the facilities and upgrade our resource points and the parts of our car. Hamilton takes the win by 4 seconds. We stay in P4 in the drivers and P4 in the constructors. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the thumbs up button, and I will see you in the next career mode episode. Bye for now, and I'll see you soon.